Guten Morgen, bonjour, inakwana, habari asubuhi, buongiorno, otutoma, caso. Shall we keep going?
Bola, aterere.
Good morning.
Eba, soboleng.
Wait, okay. Soboleng to you too.
How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Everything is okay in Dennis World?
Dennis World, everything is like anybody.
All the citizens of Aseto.
But tuko sawa.
I told you July is going to do a doozy on you guys. Proper.
No.
Prepare for July. Relax. Bado. What will you be saying by like the 13th of July like this?
I don't know. We need to find
electric duvet.
I know. I have an experience. Not me. We reported an experience where people burnt in electric shoes, electric things. Me, I'm not trying.
Those things you're not interested in them. Okay, so we leave those for those guys who
human blanket, perhaps.
I don't know if Evelyn caught that. Huh?
It's
cuddly things like teddy bear. I have a teddy bear in my bed. I just thought I'd let you know. It's actually a polar bear.
Okay.
Yeah, really soft.
That would be good.
Yeah. And yeah. So I just thought I'd let you in on that little bit of information. I have a teddy bear. Actually, I have 3. I have a duck, a bear, and a dolphin in my bed. Yeah. It could speak to certain things, but we shall leave those conversations for the future. If I can see you smiling from here, we'll talk later. We shall talk when? Later. You can ask me about my bed companions. Okay. So, good morning, like I said. We're getting into it.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. It's Thursday. Yep. July is not your mate. Yep. It's already the 2nd of July. And getting into it, it's a new year in Kenya. The financial year is in the 2nd day already. And a lot of things that will then put into place will have started to kick in. And you'll probably see some changes in the short term. Apart from Dennis Aseto being very cold this morning, so we need you to send him in your warm greetings. Please. So at the very least, the man can warm up. Have we agreed? Let's do that for Dennis today. Let's take one for the team.
Warm I am, but the cold is
outside there.
Proper.
It's beating you up. Proper. So let's give Dennis some warm tidings so that he can take them with him when he goes home. Amma? Right. Good morning, Evie. Good morning, Marion. Good morning, Joylene. Good morning, Mutanu. Good morning, everybody. You see my greetings, how they are going far and wide across the world, across tribes and nations. That's how we are starting off the day today. And let me tell you the conversations that we will be having. On Monday, 26 Kenyans had already arrived Kenya from South Africa. According to Rosalind Jogu, who is the PS for Diaspora Affairs in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, she told us that there would be more Kenyans who would be coming back. And this is the June 30th declaration that all illegal people should get out of South Africa. But I think a lot of people said whether they were illegal or not, they were going to come back because they were not interested in that story. So this has been the case for a number of countries who've been leaving South Africa as well. And the tale around the continent is that this xenophobia thing South Africa is not about to be cured of it just yet. And that there are very many underlying issues as to what the situation might be. So today, we're going to be talking about xenophobia with the good Professor Peter Kagwanja. He will join us. He's the CEO of the Africa Policy Institute. And we'll be having a conversation around what this xenophobia story is. Why is it the way it is? What are the underlying issues? And if it's going to be solved, what is it? Because South Africa is part of the 54, whichever way you slice it. And are there internal issues that are affecting external relationships? So we'll talk about that with Prof at 7 o'clock. Dennis is pushing that conversation because I will then be on the way to go and have our conversation from 8 to 10 with one Jimmy Wanjigi, who is a presidential aspirant, but he's been pushing a particular agenda, and that is that the problem as to why you cannot see development in Kenya is two things. Number one, you have too much debt. Number two, you have too much corruption.
True.
So let's go hear what some of this is with Jimmy Wanjigi at 8 o'clock, and we'll be doing that until 10. So those are the conversations that we have today. And so we're going to crack this thing a little bit today and crack these conversations open. So that's what it looks like today in the Situation Room. Good morning to you. Karibu Sana. Those are the conversations that we will be having today. It's 6:15 o'clock, and Dennis is here. He's a bit cold. Like I said, please send him your greetings and warm him up just a little bit. It would be great if we can all do it together. Sawa sawa. Alafu, our live streams are up on YouTube, Facebook, and on X. Let's get into it this morning, and a very good morning to our audience on KTN today as we then forge on into some of these conversations that we'll have today. Karibuni Sana. This is the Situation Room. We will comfort the afflicted and we will afflict the comfortable. If there is something that needs to be brought up, we will not be the ones who will be shy about it. We will talk about it, and we will make sure that it is in the open and it is on the fire when it needs to be. And if there's something that we need to congratulate, we will. If there's something that we need to continue to encourage, we'll do that too. These will be balanced conversations every morning. So Karibu, as we get into it today. You took us to Lesotho.
Lesotho, I'd really want to know what's the experience of the citizens, especially now that we are seeing Afrophobia happening in South Africa, because
now that they're surrounded by South Africa.
You know, and I mean, for even South Africans who are in Lesotho, what happens there?
Yeah.
Because it's easy for them to get out. What if they decide to block the water?
Where? They're already getting water from South Africa.
It's just now thinking about now the business that South Africa does with everyone else. What happens if the rest of the continent just decides to as well just close those doors?
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, we are in Lesotho, the water tower of South Africa, the kingdom in the sky, right? The home of diamond as well, which they do have. The Basotho blanket. I should get one.
You should.
I should get one.
It just sounds like the Basotho blanket. It sounds like a part of the place, not necessarily just like a blanket.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a region.
It's a region.
But anyway, you should get one.
It's a national outfit. But let's go to the proverb. A stick is straightened when it is still wet. A stick is straightened while it is still wet.
There's a Kiswahili proverb that I heard in Kilifi. Somebody in Kilifi said it to me. Something mbichi, something.
Yeah, samaki.
You know exactly what I'm saying.
Samaki mkunje angali mbichi.
Yeah, even in Pidgin we say, na condition force crayfish to bend. It is when it is supple that it can now bend, because like crayfish, when you see them and they are dried, they've already taken a particular shape.
They're called.
It is when you are soft and malleable, when you're still young and you're uncorrupted, that is the best time to actually form behavior. That's how you're socialized. On the other side, you'll find that people who are funny, shady characters later on in life, it did not start then. It started earlier on. So when you're just starting is the best time to actually form. And if you're going good, fantastic. It is also the time when things go... Yeah. That's my opinion.
So you look at it, so good character should be taught from childhood, right? We've established that. But now you need to look at, say, even if it's in governance, at what point exactly do you make sure that things go straight?
Yeah.
It is not later when things have worsened. It's when you are forming, say, if it's government, if you're forming an institution, the policies that you put in place and intentionally implement them, because that is your child at the moment and you're molding them as you move with it. So it's Mimi, Dennis Aseto na hapa kwamba nitatumikia wananchi. That's the point. That's your child at that moment. So from then on is you molding this child as you move, so that when you're in the 3rd, 4th year, they are respecting the law. You don't have to deal with compensation because of police brutality, because you molded it from the word go.
For sure.
So early beginnings determine the future.
Exactly. You don't wait until the water's around your neck to try and see how you can escape. It's when it's around your ankles that you should then say, perhaps this
look for the drainage.
Hey, mop up the thing at that point. Lovely proverb coming in from Lesotho today. Will be interesting to hear what folks have to say about that. Let's take a moment then to say a very good morning to you before we look into what is making news in the headlines today. If I were you, Mtuflani and Isakale, now would be the time to grab that cuppa because where? Beatrice Omanwa is saying a very good morning to you, and she's tuned in this morning from Dallas in Texas. Good morning to you. James says, hello, Tafadhalini. If they mobilize you into an empowerment meeting, pretend to be empowered. If you dare complain that you were not empowered, they will use power to clear you. Fikirini sana hii. Hey. Fikirini sana hii. This is James. Well done. But wow, wordplay for sure. But yes, the message has reached home. David Mangera says, a very good morning to you, SpiceFM, KE, and the Situation Room. Shout out to all of you this morning, including Kimiak. Okay, sour, David. Tibbs Muke says, good morning, SpiceFM team. Out of curiosity, yes, how many drone divisions are in our armies continent-wide, or is it still a case of leather shields versus guns? Well, that would be interesting to kind of find out. Yeah. I don't know.
The only place where I know drones are being used, but that's for health purposes, is Rwanda. For delivering
medication and things like this.
But in terms of military warfare, protection, security, I don't know.
I don't know if African armies are actually using, new technology for warfare.
Drone in a military event.
Well,
Madaraka, Mashuja. Well, but it's usually for videography.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if anybody's actually employing that technology. I don't know. I don't know.
Actually,
wait a minute.
The war in Somalia against Al-Shabaab is actually now being used. The drone technology is being used to gather intelligence. That I saw.
Okay.
That I've gathered.
So it's happening. It's happening, and I'm sure it is.
Perhaps maybe to the scale with which others are doing it, but
if you want to compare,
it's being applied.
Okay, interesting. Tibbs, so there's your answer. Kimiak, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Spice. The president, C.S. Murkumen, and P.S. Ray Omolo can play a perfect script of Ed, and Eddie. Are we allowed to laugh? Sorry.
Laugh. It's allowed.
But in terms of governing this country, nothing good will come out of the Kenya Kwanzaa administration. Kimiak, good morning. I can see you're in fine form this morning, brother. Kerry Peter says, good morning from Mombasa. Avoiding certain people to protect your emotional health is not weakness, it's wisdom. Kabisa. It is wisdom. If you need to take the stairs, take the stairs. If you see them coming in the lift, I advocate for it 1,000%.
I haven't seen wisdom for a while.
I have.
Our wisdom.
Your wisdom. I have.
You have?
Yes.
Okay.
He's around. Zach OK says, good morning, Spice family. All the best the day brings forth. Asante sana to you. A rich man's mistake is called a lesson, but a poor man's mistake is called a crime. Society judges your status, not your dreams, unfortunately, but it's the truth. G. Kenyan says, good morning from Nairobi. Very good morning to you. Robert Mbogo is tuning from Mombasa. Isakale, sasa unaona tumeona message. Jana ilikuwa imeenda. Good morning, Ndwana Seto and the usual suspects. Apparently, I hear cemeteries have raised prices and blamed it on the cost of living. Have a reflective day, won't you? To bring your dead here, you have to consider the cost of the living. So, exactly. Well, like, I'd love to have a breakfast and sit and just figure out how your brain works. Daniel Churro says, good morning, Ndwana Seto. That man up there is smart, but in a wicked way. Normalizing grand looting and incompetence so much that when his regime builds a mere 500 meters of road, it's seen as an accomplishment. Where?
I tell you, personally, I think that was sad.
Where?
We appreciate the project is there. You get. But personally, I would reckon that is something the governor should have gone to do.
Was he not there? Was the governor there? He was there. Happy?
The Siamese twins. I mean, but the governor should have gone to just do the job.
The question is, did it need the president?
We didn't need the president. The president
to come out and do that.
Other big things, big problems, like shies down. So deal with that.
Perhaps. Christina A says, good morning.
There's still traffic on that road anyway.
That's what I was going to say. The traffic looks terrible still on that road, by the way. The traffic is still bad.
Especially on that bridge.
Because traffic on top of the bridge is
now,
bad.
when the bridge exits to Wananchi Ukuchini, right? There's still traffic down there. So what exactly are you doing?
So wait a minute. I was there a couple of days ago. So the road, the upper road, actually just it ascends for a minute and then it descends back into the normal Ngong Road traffic. Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
So if you don't deal with expansion of Ngong Road further down, still there'll be traffic. If you don't address the problems of people encroaching on road reserves along Naivasha Road, still you've not handled the problem.
This Ngong Road, they've been touching it for 15 years, haven't they? Ngong Road has never quite finished. Man, on one side the Chinese, another side the Japanese. That's one global road that you have.
That one now was Italian.
Abbas.
Yeah, the bridge is Italian.
Don't call it Ngong Road. Global road. Now bad though. Somebody's about to touch it somewhere else. Christina, you say, good morning. We need 2 hours of conversation with the walking constitution, James Orengo, Nganga Muigai, and Adrian Oloch. Even the framers have violated it. Opposition aren't supposed to be in my cabinet. In any cabinet, you say? Okay. Opposition of what? Should not be in the cabinet? Don't understand, Christina, but okay. Henry Accepted says, good morning, Spice family. Dennis Aseto, Niulam say, please, kunywa kahawa. Princess Ndu, keep it up. Twende kazi kabisa. Oh, I see what you're saying, Christina. All right. Cliff Sunday says, good morning, Team Spice. Always doing the best and making the mornings great. Today, we press mute to all government speeches. Kwa nini tena? You need to hear what they're saying. I advocate for you need to actually hear what they're saying. He said, Daniel says, good morning, Team Spice. Eric Orr says, good morning to you. Jennifer Atanya is in the room. Bonjour, mes chéris, Spice family, tuned in from the cold Kikuyu, looking forward to the conversations ahead. Yes, Kikuyu is actually cold. Like yesterday, the sun was shining, but it was cold.
Yep.
But hey, for the folks who are waking up in Kikuyu today, Godspeed. Oi, my children. Madega wa crocodile. Okay. Good morning, guys. Good proverb today. Yes, it was a good one. Leo ndio nawaona live kwa screen. Kwani unakwanga wapi? On 10 and 45. Kumbe mnakanga hivi. It's nice to put faces to the voices I hear on radio. You've never tuned in live? This is great that you can see us. Isn't Dennis fine? Yes. Clement Ochola says, hello, good morning from Malindi, Kwachocha.
Have you seen her eyes?
You were just supposed to let it go. We as Kenyans always demonize the saints and canonize the demons. It's sad, isn't it just? It's Kenny. Good morning to you. My nephew's name is Kenny. Kenny from Kiambu. Okay. I think I share Wanjigi's statements on the treasury bills and bonds. One way to reduce the debt burden is to boycott these bills and bonds. Okay. Well, we'll hear from him about that. It's one of the things that we'll talk with him about later on today. Osama Mark says, good morning, Spice. The story about illegal immigrants in SA has been misunderstood. And illegality remains one and has to be addressed. Being violent and looting property should be contained. Yes, it should. I think there are very many blurred lines in this conversation. The thing about Professor Kagwanja is that beyond a policy man, he's a historian. To understand that this thing that you're seeing today did not start in 2024, that it has historical lines to it. So to then to be able to understand that conversation, I think is important in terms of where it's coming from historically.
When you talk about an illegality, yes, an illegality is an illegality, but it is not the citizens to deal with that.
Yep.
That's why you have the police. That's why you have immigration officers and immigration laws. So if you see citizens armed, ejecting people against human rights, one asks the question, what's the work of the police?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Citizens have their role to play.
The manner in which it's being handled is what people have an issue with. All right. So, I mean, that comes in conversation in a short while. Shamondara says, good morning from Seattle in the USA. Please talk about NTSA vehicle inspection issue. Which vehicles are they inspecting when most of them are unroadworthy? That's a conversation we ought to have in a couple of days because people are quite confused. Perhaps the good boys and girls at NTSA ought to come and tell us, hey, this is what it actually means. Matter, it's not private vehicles. Matter, it's just commercial vehicles. Then it's everybody. And then by this date, twice a year. What's the story? Ama? Yeah, okay.
And please just remember what PLO said. Taka carrying taka.
Taka carrying taka. I loved that. But he was speaking the truth.
Yeah.
It's like a death trap, those things. Rascador says, good morning. Wana Spice, what? This regime has failed totally. Oi. The soonest they pack up and go to Mechoka. Oi, Rascador, Makaleo kama Mechoka. Rose Grace says, good morning. Aseto and Ndu, blessings to you too. Paul Olaka says, good morning with a smile. We like these ones. Asante sana. Brian and Asema, ati uko na dolly ngapi? They're not dolls. They're teddy bears in animal form.
Bueno, we know them as dolls.
Dolly.
Dolly?
No. They're my soft creatures. 3 that are on my bed. We'll not talk about where the rest of them are. Where Brian, what's Shannon? Your story. Nelson says, good morning, Spice. Good morning to you. Langitemi says, good morning from Dubai. Temperatures here, Labda to Zambaz. It's hot there. It's very hot. Okay. The 2000 says 1 euro bond. So you tell us good morning, Buana, first. 1 euro bond is equivalent to the total cost of the most expensive hospital. With 14 euro bonds taken, Kenya should have had 7 world-class hospitals, each employing 36,000 employees. Now, those are the kind of numbers that when I hear them, my brain starts to dance.
Yeah.
Because
when anger checks in.
Because you've had 14 euro bonds, my lord, and the amount of money in each bond. Yeah? Now, we're going to get a bit of a clarification as to Eurobonds as well later on today. But the kind of money that we're looking at that you could have actually done something significant with in Kenya. The amount of money per Eurobond, we're talking about in the hundreds of millions. Don't you think that kind of money, having been applied in Kenya, you would have seen? I keep asking, don't you think you would have seen it? Ama?
You know, even as we talk about it being applied, let's not forget that there is a $2 billion Eurobond that never touched the public coffers. Disappeared somewhere in the West Uko. Never came here. Now, think about what $2 billion is.
$2 billion is, times 1.
Thanks.
It's 260 billion Kenya shillings.
Now.
Ama? Yes.
260 B. Counties are sharing
435 billion.
So that's like half. So now give that to half the counties and tell them, go shine.
Sindo, however, you understand that that's just one bond.
Yeah.
That's just one bond.
Yeah. And you hear, like the 2 billion bob we're talking about is what allegedly misappropriated. It hasn't touched.
That's the one
here.
that didn't come home.
Didn't come here.
All right. And you're paying?
Yes.
Well done. Lovely. Let's look into the headlines. But of course, a quick hello that we're saying this morning. We see you, Thomas Osoro, getting in, and you're saying that NTSA issue, we need to know actually whose account it's going into. And of course, just looking at that comment this morning, so Gekota, we see a very good morning to you, and you're asking, I wonder if building affordable houses, market and launching roads, where was public participation? You participated publicly. That's what we were told. And also, Brian, we see you. Very good morning to you. Karibu Sana. Samuel Kenovia is also tuned in this morning. And he's tuned in from Namibia. Okay, yep. Very good, very good. Everybody who gets into the room, Asante Sana for joining us every morning as you do. Let's get into these conversations together. We'll start it off by looking at the headlines. On the front page of the Standard, Kenya's bold newspaper, Be the Judge. There are pictures of very many individuals there, and in the middle of it is PS Raymond Omolo. A day after Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo claimed there were no abductions, the Standard has documented present and past survivors who recounted being held incommunicado, tortured and left for dead by state operatives. Ironically, a government reparations document appears to contradict the PS. I'm going to repeat that. A government reparations document appears to contradict the PS, listing names of abduction among those eligible for compensation. With 35 still missing, some of those once abducted now serve as government bloggers and public servants. They're individuals that when you look at that picture, Are we looking at that picture? That you will actually recognize. So this is very interesting. How is it that the PS said that these are not abductions, just people kidnapping themselves, but the same government has actually listed them on a document saying that they're eligible for compensation? I don't understand it.
I mean, I really find it's cynical when a PS speaks like that, yet even at some point, the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya, one Justin Bidan Muturi, came out and said, my son had been picked up by police. I had to call the president for my son to be released. It's not me saying. That was a government employee at the position of chief government advisor.
They'll tell
admitting.
They'll tell you that those are not the ones they were referring to.
Okay.
They were referring to the ones for Juzi too. These in Guinea, there were actual abductions.
But you know what he said? Since they took power, the government of President William Ruto has never...
Yeah. So I was trying to help him. See,
no, inauma sana, because we know people who've died.
It is true.
We keep on reporting of individuals who've never shown up. There's a story I saw yesterday of that lady who was crying, telling the government to just release her son. Fortunately, she's one of the parents out here who her son came back home. But many, as we speak today, to the tune of what? 35
are missing.
Still missing.
Morioki is one of them.
Yes.
Mama Morioki has been to every hospital. She has been to every morgue. She has been to every police station. Morioki has been missing since the 25th of June 2024. Mama Morioki has not found Morioki. He's one of the 35. So when you come and tell us that those things that people are staged, they're just in their houses sleeping. I think I'd get the battery for your brain to mouth filter. It is loose, not working. Come on. There's some things that we cannot allow. Come on. And then now if you know very well that they were disappeared, why are they being compensated?
Yes.
Hello?
Why is the government report saying there is actually
there's
abduction
the reparations
in the country?
documents that is for abductees?
Yes.
You guys are now coming to tell us that they were sleeping. That's what I'm saying. Get a new battery.
And you see, like, even when you hear the PS speak like that, one asks the question then, where is the honesty when it comes to compensation and actually stopping repetition of the same?
Breathe.
Hey.
And that's just on page 1. Page 2, detectives recover guns from PS's bodyguards. There's the story that we're looking for. Investigators in Nairobi North Regional Sub-County on Wednesday recovered 2 firearms from bodyguards attached to Youth Affairs PS Fikirini Jacobs following the fatal shooting of a youth mobilizer on Tuesday evening. It is alleged that Cecil Ouma, 28, was shot by an aide attached to the PS after a youth empowerment program at Kariokor in Nairobi. Ouma was allegedly pushed from the vehicle belonging to the PS with gunshot wounds and later died at Park Road Nursing Home. That's a story that we wanted to look into, that what exactly happened. And this young man is dead. And the security agencies have told us as well that everybody's going to record a statement. I'm saying that forensics can actually be pushed for... It's not 630 English. Expedited is the word that I'm looking for, and that you can actually point and say this bullet came from this gun, this gun belonging to this person.
And what
are the happenings under his death, around his death? But now you've invited people to come and give statements as though you were inviting them to a tea party. Would you like to come for some mimosas? No, somebody's dead.
Former retired President Uhuru Kenyatta launched the state-of-the-art forensics laboratory at the DCI. Immediately after that, there's something that former Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i did. All licensed gun holders were asked to return their guns to go through the ballistics so that they can have the record of each and every single gun. One would assume, I am assuming, that as well happened within the security forces for them to have a trace of all the guns that citizens have purchased and have been assigned to different police officers. I'm just assuming that was the logic as well in the sector. But that notwithstanding, using the forensics lab, we know it's 2 officers, right? This man was shot.
Yes.
There is a bullet lodged in their body.
Yeah.
You take that bullet, take it to upper. In fact, it's not far.
It's not Kiambu Road?
From Karioko and the DCI.
Yeah.
It's just above Kiambu Road. It's not far. You can even, if you start walking, you will not take 2 hours to get there. Take that bullet there. Retrieve the guns. Shoot in that chamber where you shoot. Take those bullets. Compare.
Let's remember...
You will know where exactly it's coming from.
Let's also remember that bodyguards that are assigned to...
police officers.
Our government workers are police officers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
To the large extent. So the arms that they have come from somewhere. What am I trying to say with all this long English? Is that if you really wanted to find out what happened, that you could find out, and you could find out now. And that somebody then would then be made to answer. Instead of just talking long many things. That here we are dealing with yet another situation that can be handled if you want. Unfortunately, the Debbie Downer in me is out dancing this morning to say, unfortunately, from recent things that have happened, or is now PS going to tell us that Cecil shot himself and threw himself on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to say? Because if we're going to follow trends, that's what the trend looks like. Nah, another man is dead, and we cannot treat it as though you swatted a fly on the wall.
And I think also let's just remember that by the time you've taken a gun, you've cocked it, you've removed the safety, you've placed your hand on the trigger, and you actually pulled it. It's a process. You made the decision to fire. Let's never forget that by the time you're holding a gun and pointing it to someone,
it's a decision you've made. It's a decision you've made. Whether it's in a flash, it's a flash and a spur of the moment. It is a decision that you have made.
Thank you.
And then you went on to throw this young man out of the vehicle, not bothering what was going to happen to him.
This man was in the vehicle. If you shot him in the vehicle, what do you do?
Yeah.
Rush him to hospital.
No, but you shot him.
You shot him.
Then you throw him out of the car. Then you want to come and tell us.
In fact,
invite them for statement.
That damn vehicle is dusting.
Yeah. Stop it.
You know, there has to be some blood in that vehicle.
We have debased value.
Capsa.
Unfortunately. And on the same page is even getting my high blood pressure up even more. Uproar over AU silence as tension rises in South Africa. Tension is rising in South Africa. Now, this is the thing about expectations.
Yeah.
If you place your expectations on something or someone who does not have the wherewithal or the gravitas.
They checked out.
Bana. You guys, they were not playing this game a long time ago. Come on. Now you're saying that AU, Sudan has been in conflict for the last 30 years. Congo, people have been coming and pillaging that country. Where has the AU been? Now there's xenophobia in South Africa, or there has been for how many years? And then you want to come and tell us that the AU is going to be able to handle it? Stop it. Stop it. Count on somebody else. As I said it. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Hey, you, get your puppetry, toss it out the window, and actually stand for something. Come on. Don't want to share your number? WhatsApp has got you covered. They've said now you can have a username on WhatsApp.
Yep.
You don't need to show your number if you don't want to. Yay, WhatsApp. Okay, I don't know that.
At GOK.
You're all kinds of silly. Yeah, so Omolo continues denying abductions as families search for missing kin. Hello? They can't find him.
Yeah.
So, Kanja besieged as the National Police Service Commission feud succession fights. They're still fighting.
Yeah.
You guys have been fighting for a hot minute. So what a mess. Stop it. Just get it together.
The month's stay is coming to an end, yeah?
Yes, it is. So people are thinking, who's going to be the next one?
Yeah.
Who's going to be the next one?
With the
Eli
end of
Lagat,
actions.
Masengeli.
Oh.
Who?
You mentioned... Yo.
He has two deputies: deputy
Lagat.
Administration, and deputy administration police, and deputy national police, whatever. But yeah, there are two: Masengeli and Eliud Lagat. The two individuals that I have mentioned. Do with that what you would.
I'm asking.
Axe.
Those two individuals. There's a high possibility one of them might end up being right. But I'm just asking. In the order of merit, in the order of clearance from other government agencies, how would they pass that test?
What is the threshold? Boss, if the person who is sitting in the office is telling you that people are... What is the threshold? What threshold for merit are you actually applying in a situation where you say, you must have done 1, 2, 3? It seems as though the person who's able to do the most outrageous, say the most outrageous things that go against the protection of civilians is the person that might get the job, for crying out loud.
Do you know what that means? Think about it. 7 times ordered by the court, I'll not show up.
He should have on the 7th one.
And that one is a suspect in a murder case.
See, just leave it first.
Okay. So tusonge tutajam.
On page 6, and let me just go quickly.
Yeah.
Pay hike for chiefs and civil servants in proposed CBA. So you party a chief ma tablet kwanza. Mulisema 6 months. Give the chiefs their tablets so that they can. What were they supposed to do with them?
See, for recording incidences.
Oh, okay. So they've not recorded any incidences since then?
Since then.
Ah, okay. I'm just asking.
Ndio kitabu inaweza mvua inaweza nyesha because the houses were, or rather the offices are also mabati kidogo. Inaweza nyesha incident ipote.
Silly. Ruto cabinet, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So the court has given him 120 days to make sure that there is a 2/3 gender rule applicable at the cabinet level. TikTok, you don't have much time. Talent galore at annual music festivals. I think this is a great way to foster development of the arts, and you know how you can have impact change with students. Governor put to task over 742 million shilling expenditure and procurement. Oh, God in heaven. And which governor is this we're looking at? Governor Eric Mutai. What's happening in Kericho? Because 742 million spent and then we can't see something? Jeez Louise. Fear of death, faulty HIV test as fake health items circulate. Look, you know what? I'm done. New report exposes chilling atrocities as war in Sudan rages. Hello, AU. You see now we're hoping that... hello? AU have a missed call.
Sorry.
I didn't even know that story was there when I was talking about this xenophobia thing, and people are putting their hopes in the AU. Broke Treasury eyes 244 billion shilling boon as Safaricom sale deal concludes.
Manda.
Yeah, Manda.
Manda.
Yeah, Manda.
Manda.
Hey, you guys, get yourself a copy of the Standard newspaper or a copy of the e-paper, www.standardmedia.co.ke. Where?
You thought it was any better?
Sips tea, literally.
Let's get ready. Daily Nation. PS caught up in man's killing probe. On Tuesday, Youth Affairs Principal Secretary Fikirini Jacobs attended a public event at Kariokor Social Hall in Starehe, Nairobi, which would have been another routine official function were it not for its tragic ending. The PS's bodyguard reportedly shot dead Cecil Ouma, a young leader, under disputed circumstances. A criminal investigation is now underway, and the PS is among those expected to record a statement with police. I think it's important to note that based off reports that we got immediately after the incident happened, is that the bodyguards went missing.
How did they...
Went into hiding, perhaps.
So why did they go to hide?
Thank you.
If you know you've not done anything, why are you hiding?
Why are you hiding?
Yeah.
That's where I started my investigation. Why did you go to hide?
Yeah. It's like the cops when they're chasing people in New York. Yeah. Why'd you run, dude? Why'd you run?
Why'd you run?
I didn't do anything. Why'd you run?
Exactly. 10 counties where suppliers have waited the longest for pay. That is in page 17. We shall be getting deeper into that. And will Ruto replace 2 men in cabinet with women is the question. Now, President William Ruto is facing a fresh political headache after the High Court declared the composition of his cabinet unconstitutional for failing to meet the 2/3 gender rule. He may be forced to sacrifice 2 male cabinet secretaries to implement the court decree to reconstitute his cabinet within 120 days in order to raise the number of women nominees to 8, but State House may also opt to appeal against the ruling. So, if he also doesn't do that, that means the highest office in the land will have disrespected a court order.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Now, fikirini sana juu ya hiyo story. Police bullet shattered my hopes, says mother of man killed in 2024. This is what Miss Mary Wangeshi said, and I quote, "When we went to see him at the mortuary the following day, I could not believe it was my Dennis lying there." Oh my God. His head blown apart with a gaping hole where the bullet had exited. That image still torments me. Now, Dennis was shot dead in Embu during the anti-finance bill protest as he went to buy hotel supplies. Yes, we can still trace that bullet and find the man who pulled the trigger.
Yes, and you can.
Justice must be served. Teenagers' self-harm theory lingers as his school is absent. So this is the request for Randy Mathenge Kimingichi, a 14-year-old who died after a controversial fall from the 3rd floor of a building in his school. Happened on Wednesday with no official attendance from the institution. So report is he fell. During his burial, there was no representation from the school. So it's just a concern.
And he fell in school?
Yeah.
Died in school?
Yep.
Huh, okay.
Yeah. Why are you hiding?
What?
Kenyan scientist receives 187 million shillings grant to predict disease outbreaks. So that is Dr. Samuel Oyola, who received a grant from the Gates Foundation to predict disease using wastewater. You see wastewater?
Yeah.
You take a sample of that, take it to a lab. You can determine in this locale there is a strains of polio. So that community needs to be vaccinated. That has happened before in this very country. Yes. Police probe man's killing as PS linked to shooting. That is the story of Fikirini Jacobs. Now election lawyers face steep IEBC pay cuts. Wamesema nini? Negotiated fee cuts lowered verified election-related legal claims from 4.2 billion shillings to 2.9 billion shillings before settlement. So initially, the claim was at 4.2 billion shillings. They have negotiated. Now it's at 2.9 billion shillings.
Okay.
Akia Mungu mnenda kukua wakili.
Ukianza kusoma saa hii.
Akia Mungu.
At least ukifika to 2027 hivi, you finish year 1.
Yeah.
Just start. Petitions zinakuja, then you can be enjoying.
To know IEBC.
Kwenda uko.
2.9 billion. You can share that money. You know? Anyway, the president woos voters with projects. Now, administration has touted achievements in housing, provision of subsidized fertilizer, and introduction of new healthcare system. So, cabinet approvals and allocations seek to demonstrate that campaign promises are being fulfilled. In 2026, elections in 2027.
Yeah.
Tumefanya kazi. Si mumeona barabara imepita hapa. Mumepata maji kwa tap.
No.
Yeah. Oh. Si sorry. Yes.
Okay, so yes.
It was fresh cabinet dilemma after High Court decision on gender rule. That story is on page 7 as we head to page 8 now. It's a decision by a judge, broad-based government lacks constitutional basis. So it says Mbadi, Joho, Wandai, Oparanya, and host of ODM officials and members joined the government of the 2024 protest. So according to Justice Jairus Nga, nomination of members of parties other than the ruling party in the absence of merger was an assault of identification of Kenya as a multi-party democracy. In short, broad-based government that now is in power
has no base,
has no constitutional basis.
So it's just broad.
It's just broad.
That's no base.
There's no base.
Okay.
Now, lawmakers, Babu Murango at top according to the InfoTrack poll. So the best performing legislators out there, Babu Owino, Amajimbo Kalasinga, Kamau Murango, John Methu, Jen Jerry, and Rael Kasiwa. So citizens reward leaders they perceive as accountable. This includes how they explain decisions, communicate the use of public resources, respond to questions, and handle public scrutiny. That is according to InfoTrack CEO Angela Ambitho. So to legislators out here who are doing an amazing job, get your flowers, man. Your job is being seen because the people who were giving the results were wananchi from those specific jurisdictions, constituencies, and counties. So if wananchi are saying you're doing an amazing job, we keep on saying kazi yako itaoneka
na
itakuongelele,
yeah,
wananchi watakwambi,
yeah.
Okay. Tuangalia star.
On the Star, top-ranked MP set sights on governor's seats. Of course, we know Embakasi East, Member of Parliament, with an 80% ranking. That's really good. Really, really good. Babu Owino is running. Well, it seems as though he would run for Nairobi governor. Didmas Barasa, Kimilili MP with 73%. Kenyans have said he's done well. Mark Nyamita. Uriri.
Uriri.
Somebody to my left.
Yes.
Is his constituent.
Ako wapi?
He's 71%. Mumesema amefanya kazi mzuri. David Ocheng is the Ugenya Member of Parliament. Mohammed Ali is the Nyali Member of Parliament. Omboko Milemba is the Emuhaya Member of Parliament with 69%. Makali Mulu is the Kitui Central Member of Parliament. Tim Wanyonyi, Westlands Member of Parliament. James Gakuya, Embakasi North. And Kamau Murango, Kirinyaga. It's interesting because from this select, there are a number of them who are running for governor.
Yep.
They have made known their intent. And so is it possible that based on their performance as members of parliament, that Kenyans might actually give them the go-ahead to be the governor of a particular county?
Now that, as compared to what is happening in the office of the IG, kuna tofauti.
But sasa you unaona.
Kuna tofauti.
There needs to be something that we can have.
Yeah.
Sasa, the story on page 2. Voke. Fake Viagra and bogus ARVs have been swept off the shelves. Sorry. Those things that people have been using. It's a lie. It's not happening anymore.
Thinking a bang a blue pill, it's purple. Purple rain.
It's just
rain.
chalk. Fake Viagra and bogus ARV swept off shelves. Can you imagine what people have been ingesting for the longest time? And then akuna kitu ndani, literally.
I was actually listening to the doctor yesterday at Kwansema. That is why Kwanza just said, men, you buy this thing before you know it. Umebaki hapo.
By yourself.
You're not moving.
No. We have to be very careful about some of these things. Actually, the Poisons Board, these things that get onto the shelves, they normally have to get clearance, exactly, from the board. I wonder what happens. The Naivasha Malaba SGR expansion begins in Narok, and Canada has honored a Kenyan cop for exemplary service. Now, sorry, but the cop is actually in Canada.
Yeah.
Sorry. Kenyan-born Constable Malaba recognized by Ottawa Police Service for promoting inclusive policing, strengthening engagement with communities.
Kenyan-born.
Yeah. Well done, sir.
See, he has dual citizenship.
Unataka rudi huko.
Let's play kwa IG. His work has been seen.
Governor hopefuls register strong show in poll ranking of MPs. Of course, that's the story that's on front page of the Star. AI could make it harder for graduates to land first job. Really? How so? Kenya records rise in cruise tourists as sector rebounds. And we know that this is cruise season.
Yeah.
A lot of people are getting on ships and floating around the world. The miners in the Mishu school fires are going to be detained until September.
Yeah.
That case was up for mention yesterday. The girls took plea. And I think it was interesting to note that the judge insisted that they be protected from the glare of the media by children officers. So they actually stood in front of them during that. At the same time, the judge insisted that they be referred to as suspect minors because they are still children. But they took plea and they all pleaded guilty. There are 16 murder charges preferred against... They pleaded not guilty. I beg your pardon. The charges were murder, but they pleaded not guilty. And there's 16 murder charges that are being preferred against these 8 girls. And they've said, we're going to go to trial. This is what the judge said. 8 students detained over the Utumishu Girls Fire Academy fire that killed 16 will remain in custody until September, when the High Court will rule on the bond application. Justice Diana Kavedza of the Kibera High Court in Nairobi said she will inform parties if her court is ready to deliver the ruling by September 22nd. The 8 minors were yesterday charged with murder after the fire tragedy that investigators say was an arson attack. They all denied the charges. The lawyers asked the court that they be released on bond, but the application was opposed by both the prosecution and lawyers representing families of the victims. At least 79 students were injured during the May 28th attack. Yikes, that's what it looks like. And we take into consideration all of those things. So the headlines look like this morning.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.